Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So for today's video, I thought I would do kind of start kind of like a mini series on my YouTube channel. So for the series, I'm going to be kind of sharing some of my all-time favorite makeup looks. So this is actually the first makeup look that we are going to be doing. I'm going to start by priming the face using the Honest Beauty Everything Glow Primer. To apply it, I'm going to use the Bedelia Muscle Brush. So I'm going to take it on the back of my hand, just maybe like one squirt, and just prime the face with this. One of my newest favorite foundations ever. This is the Colorpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. It's my favorite one, and this one is in Fair. I really like it. And to apply it, I'm going to use the Anisa Beauty All Over Face Brush. And again, I'm going to take some on the back of my hand. I usually do about 1.5 squirts, and that should be, or maybe just like one squirt, and that should be fine. I can go back in it and put some more on the back of my hand if needed, but normally I don't. I like to avoid the under eye area now just because I don't want it to be like really cakey under on the under eye area, so just leave that alone. And now we can use some concealer. So I'm going to take my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer, and this one is in, I think, Fair as well. I don't know. I'm just going to put this under the eye and then any blemishes. The Colourpop foundation does a really good job of covering the some blemishes, so I just kind of don't really apply any concealer on the blemishes. Usually I just do it for the under eye area. I like to blend it in with my QC Makeup Academy concealer brush. Kind of like to go on the nose a little bit in here. Okay. So I'm going to take my, let's use this one. I'm going to take my Jafra Beauty Blender, and I actually like to spray it with my setting spray just because I don't have, I'm just going to dampen the Beauty Blender. What I like to do is I like to take what's ever left on the back of my hand with the Colourpop foundation and just press this into the skin. I like to kind of use the other side just to press in the under eye area. Okay. Now let's set the face. I'm going to use my new favorite powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder foundation in translucent. I really like this. It's amazing. I'm going to, oops, wrong brush. I'm going to set the under eye area and the T-zone. Oh, and this is the Morphe fluffy brush from the Morphe face brush set. I think this was like the golden one, I can't remember. Okay, and I'm going to take basically the bigger version of the same brush. We are going to set the outsides of the face with the same powder. For bronzer, I'm actually going to mix two bronzers. So this one is a matte bronzer, and then this one has a little bit of shimmer in it. So I'm going to just mix the two. So this is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess bronzer in medium. And this one is the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer. I'm going to take that and I'm going to take this brush from Old Fashioned. I'm going to dip into the Estee Lauder bronzer first, and then dip into the Wet n Wild one. I'm going to go back and forth a couple of times, and then top off the excess. Now I'm just going to warm up the face. You can go back in and just into both bronzers like I'm doing right now. I'm gonna get it on the forehead as well. Okay, for blush, I'm gonna take the Morphe face palette, and this is in medium vibes. I'm gonna take, I don't know which blush shade to blush shade to use, so I'm gonna use actually this one. I didn't want to use something shimmery because we already have something shimmery for the bronzer. So I'm gonna take this shade here, more peachy one, and I'm gonna take my beauty blender. I'm gonna place this kind of higher up where I don't normally put blush, but we're gonna blend it in a little. I feel like that applying it up here a little bit higher is better for me, because on the apple it makes it kind of look like a clown. So I just apply a little bit higher. I'm gonna blend that in. I'm gonna take this Jafra Beauty Blender and just kind of tap that in a little. For highlight, we're gonna go into the same palette. I'm gonna take this one here. I'm gonna take the Sonia Kashuk fluffy brush. We are just going to apply this in kind of like a C shape around the eye here. That's my new way to apply highlight, and I absolutely love it. I love how it looks. And I like to put it on the Cupid's bow and on the chin and the nose. Okay, I think we can go on to the eyes now. I'm going to, no, let's do it this way. Okay, I'm gonna first start with my Jafra Brow Powder Duo in Dark Blonde. I'm going to take the darker shade first. I'm going to use the Morphe M153 brush. First, I'm going to brush up the brow hairs. And we're going to take the darker shade and we're going to apply it on the tail of the brow. And I'm just going to now dip into the darker shade, or the lighter shade. I'm just going to kind of, I guess, take off the darker shadow. And we're going to take the lighter one, apply this to the front of the brow. So I'm going to take the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. This is in taupe. I'm just going to apply this in any kind of sparse areas of my brow. It's my new favorite. I absolutely love this. Now we can leave the brows at that for now. I'm going to dip into I'm going to go straight to the eyes. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. eye primer. I'm just going to prime the eyes with this. So I don't like to go straight in with concealer. I like to kind of use a primer first. Sometimes I use the face primer that I used for the face on the eyes, but I have a nice eye primer, so I'm going to use this. I like to go kind of in this area as well. Then what I like to do is I'm going to take a concealer. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer, just to kind of cancel out any discoloration. The e.l.f. one is a little bit sheer, and I don't really like the coverage that it gives, so I'm going to go in with the concealer just to get this to cancel out any discoloration. And I'm going to take the concealer and brush that we used to blend in the concealer. I'm going to use this to blend in this concealer on the lid. To set the lids, I'm going to take my same powder that I used to set the face. I'm going to take the It Needs to Be Eye Fan brush to set the lids. Okay, now we can start doing the eye look. So I'm going to jump between the two eyeshadow palettes for this look. So I'm going to first start with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette, and the first shade that we're going to use is Golden Ochre in the palette. I'm going to take the Sephora blending crease brush, dip to the shade, tap off the excess, and we are going to apply this to the crease. Once there's less on the product, I'm going to kind of blend it up towards the brow. And I like to kind of now go in the inner part of the eye, kind of like close to the brow as well. In the same palette, I'm going to take the color, we're going to go into a different palette actually. I'm going to take the I'm going to go into the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and we're going to take the color Sienna, which is this one. To apply, I'm going to use the Morphe M433 brush. This is my favorite brush to apply in the outer part of the lid. Take a small amount of that kind of like on the tip of the brush. Tap off the excess as always, and we're just going to deepen up the outer part of the lid. Kind of go in the crease just a little. So now we're going to go into a different eyeshadow palette. Now this eyeshadow palette I've wanted for a very long time. I think obviously since it launched, but I've never actually got my hands on it, and I finally did. I'm so excited. I think so I'm going to use the Colourpop Going Coconuts eyeshadow palette. This palette is literally like my favorite. I love it for every day. It's amazing. So in the palette, we're going to take the color Coco Crush, the middle shade. And I'm going to use my finger to apply this shade. Apply it on the lid. Now I'm going to take the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, and I'm going to apply this to the lower lashes. I use the same mascara on the top lashes. By the way. Okay, now let's go into the lips. I did put on, before filming when I was doing my skincare, I did put on a lip mask and it had time to soak in. So I'm just going to now apply my NYX lip liner in Nude Pink. This lip liner is kind of really close to my natural lip color. And then this lip gloss matches my natural lips so well. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in a bit of honey. I think this is almost out. And then to set the face, I'm going to use the NYX Bear With Me Multitasking Setting Spray. Now let's do the Bible verse of the day. This one is John 3:17. For God did not send his Son to the world to condemn the world, but in order that the world might be saved through him. And again, that was John 3:17. Okay, that was it for today's video. See you guys in the next one. Bye!